Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the LeJit Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Real One.
I'm K, brother.
Right. And we're back with another one, you know?
Yeah. On time. Starting to be like AMP, not dropping on Mondays. Oh, are we gonna start off with talking about our week?
Yeah. Let's start off our week.
I'll let you go first. Highly anticipated.
I mean, you know, my week was both good and bad. Like, I can't explain. So let me tell you. You guys know I started a new job recently.
Yeah.
And things were going good. You know, I was going on my 4th day of work. And, you know, here I guess they were getting me prepared to like go in the truck on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what's your ID, your employee ID? I was like, they didn't give me one yet. Like, they didn't send you an email? Nah. So he's trying to figure out what's going on. Like, big thing, you know, to cut a long story short, like, they couldn't find my FedEx ID because there was a situation that happened with my social security.
Whoa.
And so he was like, he asked me what my social was. I told him. And he was like, nobody said anything to you regarding your social? I was like, nah. So I went home that day, and then I was like, yo, I texted him, I was like, yo, am I on the schedule? Am I coming to work tomorrow? And he was like, oh, the lady from HR didn't talk to you? I was like, nah, what's going on? It's like, there's an issue with your social. It's saying you're not who you say you are. I was like, what? Like, huh? That makes no sense.
I don't know. But they saying you gave the wrong social, or somebody stole your identity?
So, you know, I did some research into this. I called the company who did my background check. They was like, they messed up. You know? They did when they did my paperwork, they put it in there as, they messed up like one number on my social.
That's all it takes. Did you get it? Did you get it all situated?
Yeah, I got it all situated. So I've been home since like Friday.
Oh, so they waiting.
I just got situated today because over the weekend they were closed.
Oh, okay. Dang, so you were missing a few days, to say the least.
Yep.
Tough. Wow. So they just said you gotta stay home until they figure it out.
Pretty much. Well, I got it situated today, and like, she said she's gonna call me, let me know, because they pretty much did the scheduling. Not thinking, I'm here to come in.
Mm-hmm. Tough. Hey, once you get situated and nobody steal your identity, then you should be in a good little spot. But hey, at least you got it situated.
Yeah. That, it's kind of been cool because I kind of been home chilling and resting. Much needed rest that I haven't had in forever.
Here we go.
I haven't rested in forever.
Right.
I needed that.
Right. I mean, hey, if you need it, you need it. Move it on to me, though. Ain't nothing been happening.
What do you...
Your boy finna graduate my schooling and living life.
Hey, clap it up.
I'm happy.
Oh, clap it up. Clap it up.
Need some clapping emojis in the comment section, eh?
No.
But yeah, that's
Because for what I can tell you, education is the step
right.
stool in higher learning. Oh. Do with that as you please.
So you basically just gave the definition of education.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was wise words.
Rio, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So maybe by the time this comes out and y'all hear this, will probably be my graduation day or the day after, whatever the case may be. But yeah, doing that to take me a cool 2-week hiatus and then get to the paper, eh? So as for me, I'm just really chilling and just waiting to see what transpires.
Wait, yeah, I'm gonna show up to your graduation.
You can't. Zoom calls only.
I just invite me to the Zoom call.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
I don't know if that's really I don't know what your motive is. Or,
what you mean, my motive?
it's supposedly up your sleeve. But
I want to give like risky. A little like pre-graduation speech to your class.
I don't know if I want that to transpire.
I think they appreciate it. Wise words.
I don't think they would. I don't know. Wise
words coming from me.
We'll let you know. We'll contact you. Thank you. So, back to our regularly scheduled program. So ain't much really been going on. It's been an interesting, slow week to say the least.
Yeah, very slow.
I've gotten into stocks a little bit. Not really knowing what I'm doing, but as long as I see green, I'm not complaining.
Stocks you stay, like GameStop and all that.
Yeah, currently invested in AMC and BlackBerry. It's supposed to be just as big as GameStop or even bigger. So, hey, the richest people always have more than one way of revenue.
These are facts.
So I'm learning from the best, from afar. Have you thought about joining the stock family?
No, not. I mean, I have, but I want to make sure I got money to put into it.
I mean, you can invest $1.
I want to put big time money.
Oh, the big time, big money. He has big money, y'all. Little old me, trying to make a living.
I don't know what that means.
He's trying to put big cash aside for a big investment. Hey, I don't know, but hey, shout out to Robin Hood. if y'all want to sponsor us, hit the email. But been on Robinhood, getting my stocks, and hopefully you can make some big bucks out of it. Cause it's crazy looking. I look at Bitcoin, and that is just ridiculous to me. 33,000 just for one Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. 30, it might be 35, 37, somewhere there. A lot of money just for one Bitcoin. Could you imagine if you actually would have believed in it when it first, came out?
Oh yeah, that's the problem. Like stuff like that come out, man. You don't know. Nobody wants to just throw away their money for no reason. It's like, what is Bitcoin? Like, you imagine going back in time and somebody coming up to you and like, yo, bro, you want to invest in Bitcoin? Like, you don't get the hell out of my face. You're trying to get me to invest in tokens.
Cryptocurrency. Get out of my face.
I don't even know any Crips.
We don't red blue around here.
Man, get out of here.
That's part of the reason, that some people are on the line with on the fence with Dogecoin. I myself am in that category because I'm like, as of right now, Dogecoin is not doing good at all. But if it's anything of what Bitcoin is going to be like, then it's like you don't want to miss out. It's like a gamble, but it's a good investment if you know what you're doing. So, hey, shout out all the stock people.
Keep doing y'all thing, No, not for me, but
and spread the wealth. We'll leave our cash apps in the description. Kidding. But time to join over on our first topic of the day, which is, I don't know,
NBA. I can play golf ball.
Might as well.
How you liking the playoffs thus far?
I hate it.
And stop being such a downer, Actually, ratings have gone up slightly.
Could you imagine how big they would be if, the stars of the league were still in it?
No, I think the reason ratings went up slightly is because we about to have like something totally new.
I mean, that's another thing I've been seeing. People saying, "Oh, it's the passing of a torch. The young guys are taking over." It's like, next year we just gonna have the same people back, and then we just gonna be reminded that was just an injury season.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But hey, you never know, man. This is a good learning curve for the young guys. Maybe they take what they learned this year and I mean, like a team like Denver is gonna be really, really good next year.
I mean, I'm not even gonna say that because I'm disappointed in Denver, honestly. For them to have only one injury, and that was to their second best player. Yes, I understand, but you have the MVP on your team and a great supporting cast, and y'all can't win a game. I mean, I'm not gonna put them in the same category of the Portland, but they're getting there. Like, y'all keep getting to that second, maybe third round, but then y'all can't get over that hump. So
tough out here.
It is. But thus far, Philly is being Philly. Can't close out games. The Nets dealing with injuries. As we're recording this, they're about to start game. What game is it?
Game
5?
5.
They're about to start game 5 as we're recording this right now. And they're essentially putting Harden out there. He hasn't played since, I don't think, game 1 or game 2. And they're putting him back out there. Kyrie's out for the rest of the series with a high ankle sprain, similar to what LeBron got.
You think they risking it with Harden?
Hey, man. I mean, you going back to Brooklyn, you can't afford to drop this one. Then go back to Milwaukee with your back against the wall. So I don't really blame him. But my whole thing is, with Kyrie being out, Steve Kerr likes to do the one superstar in at all times. So when KD's off the court, we're going to be expecting Harden to carry the load with the second unit, and he's not 100%, so how's that going to work? Hey, I originally had Milwaukee in 6. And it's crazy seeing that it would happen behind injuries, because no one likes injuries, but as I keep hearing people say, it's part of the game, so oh well.
That's true.
So I got Milwaukee in 6.
You got Milwaukee winning this regardless, even if Harden plays?
Yeah, because Harden's not even gonna be. He might be like 70, if that. If this was a healthy Nets team, I would have had the Nets. But because they're not healthy, I gotta have the Milwaukee Bucks.
If I don't know, if Harden is healthy,
but he's not. He was not even gonna play. Then this morning they changed him to doubtful. Now he's automatically gonna play. Come on, man. That's some big upgrades in a few hours.
I mean, what is Harden's injury?
Hamstring.
Is it like what kind of hamstring? They're like,
I think it's just a strain.
Hamstring.
I mean, he's not going to be explosive.
Taking care of it. I mean, you can
driving.
He should have been recovered from that.
They're going to be,
but I don't know.
Hey, don't tell him. I am not a believer because he's injured.
The Nets have at the same time like given up on like stopping Giannis from getting to the cup too. Like he's just walking in there and getting whatever now. They wasn't doing that before.
Yeah, but I think Giannis is finally realizing Blake can't guard him. And I mean, that was one of my biggest caveats with this Nets team going into the playoffs. When people had them as the favorites, I was like, that center position is going to be a big Achilles heel for them. And sure enough.
But Giannis doesn't play like post-up center. He's just like rushes to the basket.
I know he's playing the 4, but I'm saying if you have Brook at the 5 who can stretch the floor, you finna have who? I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the team.
Giannis just rushes to the basket. Technically, all you got to do is like put a body in front of him. He's either gonna draw a charge or he's gonna travel. It depends on the refs if they let him travel.
I know, but they wish they do all the time. But it's like that's kind of hard to guard if he gets past you and you bring over the guy and then you have no rim protection because your center got to account for Brook Lopez in the corner. So You know,
Whoever's guarding Giannis with Blake needs to stand like right outside the restricted area. Yeah, just dare him to shoot. And you can't just
he has been.
run through him. But they let him like get to the basket these past 2 games like willingly. They didn't do the same thing they did in the first 2 games.
I agree.
And now you got people saying, KD's clamped up by PJ Tucker. I don't know when that was a thing.
Because he's been getting very physical with him, apparently. And I'm like, all right, well, if this man goes back to who he is, then y'all gonna be.
They wake him up, and it's another. KD's out there playing. He's not woken up. I've seen KD like. KD come out and hit like first 6 shots, then you woke him up. Passes and stuff like that. He's just.
Yeah. I agree.
But an unhealthy Nets team cannot win this series. They rely so heavily on the big 3, and we're missing 2 of the big 3. And hot water.
Right.
Realistically,
I agree.
Series should have been over by now, but it is what it is.
Honestly. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you can't close out games. See, I just turned to it, and Blake is bringing the ball up against Giannis and trying to be prime Blake, and realizing that you can't. Score is 12-2 with 7.5 in the first quarter, and it's not looking that good.
Who else we have? We have Phoenix, Denver. Were you surprised by the outcome? Phoenix, Denver.
Yes, I definitely was.
I mean, you had Phoenix though, right? But you just thought Denver would get like 2.
I mean, yeah, at least I expected them to get 2. Now that they disappointed me and apparently got swept by this team,
I didn't expect this.
I need the Clippers to win. I do. I'm not a Clippers fan whatsoever, but I would just, as a strictly NBA fan, Kawhi being my second, third best favorite player in the league, I just know for a fact he can beat this team. And it's crazy to me because this team is not good. They're not good. They just making shots. Like, I feel like that's a team you have to zone on.
Who, the Suns?
Yes.
The Suns are actually really good. Because they're actually really good.
I mean, like if you zone on this team, that eliminates the mid range, and that clogs the paint. So now they have to find another source of offense, and they can't do no more pick and switches and pick and roll.
The problem is they have a guy in Booker who's just a bona fide scorer, man. Like,
right. But I would say 80, 85, about 85, closer to 90% of the backcourt shots are coming from the mid range. So if you eliminate them getting to their sweet spots in the mid range, then now you're forcing the others to make shots, or whatever the case may be. But I do feel like the Clippers would give them a better run for their money than Utah would, because although both Utah and the Clippers are both 2 inconsistent teams, the Clippers are far more dangerous. than the net Jazz are.
I just wish the Clippers would just play up to their potential because
they did last game.
Yeah.
I mean, that boy Kawhi. PG put away that pandemic peace statement.
Told y'all, messing with my boy Paul George like that.
Where's he at? Oh, there you go. Okay, man, nah, he'll be alright. No, he'll be alright. I don't know, man. I'm just very excited to see how they do that because that's a team that they will legit not be able to switch on. I mean, not switch, but force look for switches. Because Paul George, Blake, Reggie, Nicholas, Marcus, I like that team against Phoenix. You know, so hey, we'll see. I'm hoping the Nets can pull it out, and they'll play. Wouldn't
Phoenix take advantage of the Clippers' big man?
Of what? How so? They don't start Zubac no more.
Who do they start at 5?
Nicholas.
Batum?
Yeah. That's how they've been.
But wouldn't Ayton take advantage
Utah.
of Batum?
You would think, but then that'll be a bigger disadvantage for the Phoenix, if you ask me, because you may, just like they doing against the Jazz, you may get rebounds, but now Ayton can't be in the paint. He got to guard Nicholas out on the 3, and that just gives the paint wide open. You know, and the Clippers are full of shooters, so. And Reggie's on this freaking tear, so I think they'll be fine.
I think it'll be a good series, though. I mean, if the Clippers play to the Clippers' potential, it shouldn't be even. It should be like a 4-1, 4-2, possibly.
Honestly, but a lot of these series that should have went 6 are going swept. And it's sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I at this point I'm thinking Clippers, Bucks in the finals, because I know Philly is just so inconsistent. I was looking, no team in the East besides the Nets have a number 1 star on their team. It's a whole bunch of number 2s or 3s. And it's like,
you don't think Donovan Mitchell?
Mitchell's not a 1 in my opinion. He's a strong 2.
I think he's emerging as a 1. These kids just haven't been in the league long enough, but you can kind of tell where the league is going.
But
5 years from now, we're gonna be talking about how Donovan Mitchell and Tatum taking over the league, Devin Booker, guys like that.
I'm getting tired of hearing about Tatum.
Tatum's a superstar, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I know, but I'm saying Tatum didn't show us nothing in the playoffs.
He didn't show us nothing in the playoffs.
I mean, he didn't show us much.
Tatum had to go against 3 other superstars. He got a game off.
I know, but he didn't show us what
he dropped 50 on their head. He doesn't have his number 2 guy with him, and his number 3 guy didn't even show up.
I don't know, man.
What more do you want from Tatum?
I just expected more out of Tatum. There was plenty. He had like 2 good games the series, but it was like plenty of games in that series where he just did not show up. You know. But hey, I like Tatum, but I need Tatum to show me something.
Tatum's a superstar, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Not taking away from Tatum's good play, but I think Tatum has not Tatum, but Boston has 2 great number 2s.
What is the number 1 in your opinion? And don't say LeBron and
like
KD,
a number 1 is like a star
they've
that
been doing it for so long.
I know
they've been doing it for so long, so we know we have to
can take me to the land. That I know is gonna win and show up game in and game out. So you don't think if you
put the right team around Tatum,
that's gonna lead my team?
He can't do that. If you gave Boston adequate center,
like number
and
ones in my opinion are
guard, you don't think they'd be
LeBron, Kawhi, KD, Steph.
Those guys are proven though. You're talking about people with track records. Who's somebody who doesn't have a track record? That's
exactly.
Number 1.
We don't. You're not a number 1 if you don't have a track record.
You got to prove yourself.
You're not
first.
a number 1 until you make yourself. You're right. So, and nobody has proven themselves to be a number 1. Giannis isn't a number 1.
Beat people who are already those guys. These young guys. These guys are in their early 20s, going against 30-year-old vets. They're not.
But Mike beat Magic in the finals.
Yeah, but Mike had the team to beat Magic in the finals, and Magic and them were
that team wasn't as good.
Magic and them were aging.
But yeah, you're right. They were older. You're right. But Magic and them were still proven.
Yeah, but they were also aging. If I'm pretty sure if Jordan played Showtime Lakers, they'd have a tougher time, a way tougher time. They beat them 4-1, so that should tell you. Yeah.
All right, so is Harden number 1 in your opinion?
Harden can be a number 1. Harden's already proven he's a number 1.
How though?
He's taken a Houston team to the conference finals.
Yes, not a finals. Yeah, and they haven't won anything. Had to play. They haven't even won a Western Conference. I understand. How many years in a row? How many years did he play the Warriors team?
Twice. For conference finals, but
2 times
he lost to them earlier, before his team was put together.
So you've played the same organization 3 years out of 4 years, 2 times in the Western Conference, 1 time in what I'll say the second round.
Now let me ask you this: who was an adequate number 2 on Harden's team that year?
Which year?
The first year they go to the conference finals.
Trying to remember who's on the team. Because they had. I'm trying to remember. They had Trevor Ariza, Clint Capella, PJ Tucker. I feel like it's somebody else I'm missing.
Yeah, Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
He didn't have no clear cut number 2.
Not now. But there's a difference between a great player and a number 1. That's my thing.
No, because
Harden put that out.
Harden was a number 1. He just didn't have a number 2 to help him get over it up.
Just like Russell Westbrook is a great player. He's not a number 1.
No, we know.
Kyrie's a great player. He's not a number 1.
When you compare Russ and Harden, Harden's way better than Russ. It's not even close. It's not even close. Harden does things Russ can't do. Remember, KD and Kyrie didn't play earlier this year, and Harden was leading this Nets team to wins. They go as he go.
They was winning before he came there. But when they got hurt, he came there.
When they got hurt, everybody was like, "Oh no, they're gonna start losing." And no, Harden.
But
won.
But now you're getting it mixed up. There's a difference between great player. A great player can get you wins, but that doesn't make him the number one.
I think Harden.
Scottie Pippen was a great player. He's not a number one.
Well, are you comparing Scottie Pippen
Bradley
to
Beal's
James
a great
Harden?
player. He's not a number one.
James Harden is way better than Scottie Pippen offensively.
Offensively, yes. Not defensively.
But the offense to defense ratio. Come on now.
Come on now. Let's
offense to defense ratio. You can't ask Scottie Pippen to go out there and give you 50 because he can't.
You're correct, but you can ask Scottie to go out there and give you 25.
Yeah, James Harden can do that in his sleep though.
Okay, but Harden can't go out there and guard the other team's best defender.
No, but James Harden can go out there and orchestrate and facilitate for your whole team with a bunch of.
But we're not for that. Like Scottie can't play make a little bit. He ain't on Harden's level, but he can play make. He ain't no scrub.
The only thing Scottie has on Harden is defense and rebounding.
When you think of the top players in the NBA history, Scottie's higher on that list than Harden is. Stripping away accolades on both sides.
Scottie over Harden?
Yes.
Don't we say James Harden is a top 5 shooting guard all time?
Yes.
So how's Scottie over him?
Scottie's a top 5 small forward of all time.
All time?
Yes. In no order, you have Bron, KD, Larry, Scottie, Kawhi.
Okay, I get that.
Then you have thank you. You got your Dr. J's at 6 and Dominique's at 7.
Hold on. Are we putting Scottie over Dr. J?
Yes, sir, I am.
Dr. J led his team. Dr. J wasn't number one.
You're right.
So how is Scottie better than him?
But I take everything into consideration.
Dr. J played defense too now.
All right, so let me ask you this: why is Charles Barkley not over Karl Malone? Charles Barkley led his team to the finals.
Karl Malone too.
As the number one.
Karl Malone led his team to the finals.
But Malone was never the definitive number one on that team.
Come on now.
And he didn't. Come on. What?
You even said John Stockton is not a top point guard in your opinion.
I didn't say that.
Wasn't that you that said that?
That was Eli.
Oh, that was Eli. Yeah, Eli. But come on, Karl Malone was far and wide better than John Stockton, bro.
Yes, Karl Malone was better than Stockton, but that didn't make him the number one on the team.
Who would be the number one?
That's one of those. Any one of them could be number one any night.
I don't know, man. It's hard to say because, like, you don't know who's gonna be a number one until they've been in the league for a certain amount of time. I
disagree.
Because who can you say, like, coming in off the bat,
right,
was like,
hey, you knew they were gonna be a number one?
Yeah.
I can give you 3 off the top of my head right now.
Who?
LeBron.
That's Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan wasn't a number one when he came in.
Right, not as soon as he came in, but you knew he could be a number one. He was the second best player on that team when he first came on the Spurs.
Yeah, he was, but we didn't know he could take that team himself though. Without David Robinson.
But then you got teams. But that's because he was only in the league. He wasn't in the league that long until they won that first chip. So we didn't really see it all. But we knew he could do something.
Yeah, he was good, but you never know, because in that case, that player got to play with a Hall of Famer, right? That player got to come in and play with a Hall of Famer. David Robinson ain't no pushover. That's the Admiral,
Right.
So it was like,
we
didn't really know.
Like you got players like Kobe.
Kobe took a while. We didn't know that.
You're right. He took a while. But you have players who came in the league and you already knew, yeah, they gonna be somebody we gotta watch out for. Number one.
LeBron's the only one I can think of. Shaq was another one.
Yes, Shaq was another one. Yes.
I would. Grant Hill was supposed to be something special.
Okay. That's injuries got in the way of that one. Now you had players who we thought, who I know you finna get mad, I'm finna say, but you got players like a T-Mac or a Derrick Rose.
No, but they wasn't like they had
injuries, but we thought they could carry.
We knew they were great players, but we didn't know if they were going to be clear-cut number ones now. Because you remember T-Mac was in Toronto playing number 2 to Vince Carter.
So was Vince a number 1?
In his time, he was.
And I'm everybody that I'm naming, I'm picturing them at their best, in their prime of their career, the best that they're at their time in their career. Were they number ones? Not the best player on the team. Yes, they were. But could they lead a championship team as the number 1 player?
I think, if you put the right team around, yeah. Vince was 1 game away from going to the finals.
Was Allen Iverson the number 1?
AI wasn't number 1. AI had no choice but to be number 1, though.
I love AI. He's one of those I don't know.
Think about it. If you gave AI an adequate number 2 during his those years, he would have been way more deadly. When teams just got,
but even when
they just got to focus on stopping AI, then it's just like,
that's true. But when he got a little older, he was still effective. And he went to Denver with a young Carmelo Anthony.
They just ran into it. They
didn't do nothing.
They ran into a Laker team.
You're right, but I'm saying they
ran into that Laker team.
They were together for how long?
They got beat, right? And then they split them up the next year after they got beat by that Laker team.
I thought they were together for like 2 or 3 years.
They were, but when they got to the playoffs, they got beat by the Lakers, and then they made the trade for Chauncey Billups. So they went from making the playoffs to getting to the conference finals.
I mean, I don't know, cause like I said, when I think of number 1, I think of that guy can take me there. No matter, I can put this team around him, and he's not gonna fail me. Now, I will say there have been teams that have had 2s and won a championship, but that's super rare. The team that comes off my mind is 04-05 Pistons, one of my favorite teams. But that's because they had a great defense. Teams like that don't always win chips. It usually has a number 1 player on that team.
Yeah. The Pistons were like a whole bunch of number 2s, right? But really good number 2.
Right.
But if you got the right system, right coaching, it can work. But it's hard to tell who's a clear-cut number 1. It's too early for these kids to know.
Now, I love. All right. I agree. I agree. It's too early to tell. We don't know. But looking at it right now, or do you think Chris Paul is the number one on the team, or is it Devin Booker? Or is there a number one on that team?
If you were to ask me,
better question.
It's Devin Booker, but that team doesn't work without Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the number 2 for Devin Booker.
So you saying Devin Booker is a number one, or he is the number one?
For Phoenix, he's the number 1.
Okay.
Because everybody talked about Chris Paul in that last game having 37 and doing all that. Devin Booker, I think, had 37 as well, and that kind of like flew under the radar.
I mean, I don't know. You gotta.
I say we gotta wait till like these older guys get out the league, and then we'll see who like reaches for the crown.
So in another 5 years.
Yeah, like another 5 years. So the crown's gonna be up for grabs.
That's a lot. I agree. I have a question for you right now. For as far as we know, is Nikola Jokic number one?
Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah, he does everything, bro. He's the number 1.
Okay.
He's the number 1. You know, sucks that he went out the way he did, but he did everything he could do.
So the young guys who the NBA media crowned with comparisons. For y'all that don't know, they compared Luka to Bron, Tatum to Kobe, Donovan to D-Wade. I forgot who it was that he compared to Melo. But they are comparing them to the next generation of stars. So now they've been in the league for what, 3 years? 3-4 years? No, probably about 3, 4, 5 years for all of them. So we're gonna give them another what'd you say, 3 to 5 years to see what they become.
Yeah. You gotta, because these guys like Bron, KD, Curry, they still hungry. They still. You gotta.
So in your opinion, who do you think is gonna be the best guy in the league in the next 5 years? The top. Let me give you a top 5 for the next 5 years.
Next 5, you're probably gonna have somebody like Kawhi at the top.
Okay.
Then you're gonna have Tatum. You're gonna have Embiid, Luka,
okay,
and Joker and Booker. I gotta see more. I want to see a little bit more from Donovan, but
okay. So no Donovan, no Brandon Ingrams, no Fox.
no, I think Brandon Ingram is gonna be really, really good. He's someone who slept on. He's the right coaching, and hopefully the team.
No Bradley Beal.
No, Bradley Beal is gonna be up there too. Bradley Beal is gonna be one of those like top scorers in the league. It's all a
no Ja or Zion.
John's gonna be a top 3 point guard in the future. So is Trae Young. But you know what I always say about little players.
Who did I just name that was little?
Ja.
Ja's not little.
Come on.
I mean, the man's is 6'3", 6'4".
But like usually small point guards can't lead you to a championship nowadays. This is a forwards league.
You don't think it's becoming more of a big man's league again?
It can be if more big men come in like Embiid and Joker. Back to that.
Okay. I am. Okay. Just I'm kind of getting a little interested in this topic before we move on, but I know the NBA season isn't quite over yet, but just out of curiosity, what's your expectations for Julius Randle next year?
You better tighten up that much. Who put so much faith in you? Kind of let us down, bruh.
Yeah. Oh, what's another name you didn't say? Trae Young.
I said Trae Young's gonna be a top 3 point guard in the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Julius let us down. I mean, my only worry for that Knicks team was this year gonna be a fluke, and then next year they just crumble. But I mean, they made the 4th seed this year, so would you say they have expectations on their shoulders for the next year?
For the Knicks, yeah, they have to continue to make the playoffs. They need to. I mean, signing a big free agent is gonna be key too, though.
In the rumor mill, I've been hearing 2 names. They are keeping their eye on Kawhi, of course, which is probably not gonna happen, but I would love to see it. And they've been keeping their eye on John Wall.
In like a trade deal or something.
Yep.
John Wall, Randall. If the Clippers lose, I've said if the Clippers lose, they have to blow up that team and just go into rebuild.
I agree.
You know, it just doesn't. If they lose, I mean, it's just not working.
If I am the Knicks, my number one priority is to make sure I re-sign Derrick Rose, because the Lakers are eyeing him real hard.
Yeah, a lot of teams will be after Derrick Rose. They have to.
Yeah.
Make sure they re-sign him too. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, I don't know. I'm a big advocate for defense, and so I was really strong on the New York Knicks, and they let me down also, but it is what it is, you know.
Oh man, that's basketball for you, though. These young kids. Let's see what these young kids do. You ain't said nothing about Zion. What's up with that?
I'm not a big proponent on Zion at all. I'm really not. I'm not a hater. I'll give you my reasoning is only because he's just like Giannis. He's just like Giannis. He only has one style of play, and once you stop him from doing what he likes to do, he can't be effective at all.
Well, let's say he develops a jump shot.
A consistent one?
Yeah. Well, Zion has the ability to develop a jump shot more than Giannis, because Giannis' form is like slow and ugly. Zion actually has a pretty decent form.
Stop it. Zion's form is ugly too, but it's just
better than Giannis. It has a quicker release than Giannis, so it's
barely by 1/10 of a second.
It's just Giannis so tall you can't get to the shot.
I mean, another reason I'm not high on Zion is because of that, and because, well, the other two reasons. One, because his weight. I'm I'm a big proponent on them saying he needs to lose weight to avoid injury at a young age. And then three, the team he's on. I don't think Zion and Brandon Ingram are going to be a great duo together. They just don't complement each other.
I think they could be, though. If you gave them the right pieces. They're two good cornerstones to have, though.
But it's like, what is the right pieces? You give them Lonzo, who's a young player. You know, a veteran JJ.
They just need shooters
Redick.
now.
Oh, he's gone.
They need decent shooters around them.
So let me ask you this: so would you say they'll be more successful if they have Zion playing the 5?
No, he has to play the 4.
That doesn't give him spacing. You having him and Steven Adams don't give you any
Steven
spacing
Adams
on
ain't
the floor.
supposed to be out there with them. I think Steven Adams is a bad fit for that team.
Okay.
They need to be a quick running team. They need to be into their sets quick.
A running gun.
Yeah, 6 seconds or less.
Well, if that's the case, then Mike D'Antoni would be a perfect coach for them then.
He would be, but they got Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy likes to play 5 out.
Or
He likes to play 1 and 4. Like,
yeah, he likes to play mid 2000s style basketball.
Yeah,
and that's not the time we're in anymore.
Not successful in this day and age.
I mean, hey man, we can all see the painting on the wall. At least I can. If New Orleans has another poor season, no matter what the circumstances is, they're gonna get Van Gundy up out of there. And then they're gonna be looking for another head coach. So I'm not really gonna be surprised when that news comes out. So I just think they need to readjust that team. I agree. Steven Adams shouldn't be on that team because of spacing, in my opinion. But then you have Brandon Ingram, who he's a slow player. Like he plays so slow. It is so crazy to me. But I don't know. I don't know who to compare him to. But him and, a 20-year-old freaking brick who can't even develop his own shot or put the ball on the floor.
What do you do?
I just I don't think that can compliment him because Brandon's not a playmaker, and so I don't know. Then we all know Lonzo's probably gonna be looking to leave. So
yeah, what if Lonzo wanted to go to the Knicks? No,
I wouldn't be opposed. Honestly, I would love that.
No, obviously they would have to find a way to get rid of the guards that they have.
If you, well, we know that they'll give up Elfrid Payton any day of the week for him, but it's gonna take more than Elfrid because Lonzo's gonna want to get paid. You're gonna have to try your best to re-sign Rose, and Rose ain't looking really for no pay cuts no more, especially with no young team. I don't know.
Knicks are in one weird situation. Let's see that much.
I'd agree. But you know what team he will look good on? The Lake Show. Having Lonzo.
Yeah,
that reminds me. I was seeing
Lonzo back after what y'all did to him.
We didn't do nothing to him.
Sat there and called him trash, traded him away.
No.
Back all of a sudden.
they weren't calling him trash. His father was upselling him for something he wasn't there yet.
No. You know, his father was, you know, just trying to.
And he's still not there yet. People saying his younger brother is better than him. We don't even speak on Lonzo.
Ah, man.
We miss him.
Y'all did Lonzo dirty.
He's a clutch client, you know. But that reminds me, I was looking at a rumor thing, and they said if the Lakers went after DeMar DeRozan, they would take a package of Schroeder, KCP, and a first round pick for DeMar DeRozan. And I was thinking, no, I'm lying. It was Kuzma, KCP, or Schroeder, one of the two, along with Kuzma and a first round pick.
Make that trade.
I would,
the Lakers
but
really need someone who can't shoot the three ball though.
That doesn't really matter.
What do you mean that doesn't matter?
I don't think it does. Because DeMar can go out there and create his own shot, even if it ain't a 3-pointer.
Yeah, well, we've seen DeMar fold in certain situations.
We're not asking him to be DeMar of Toronto.
Is there any other DeMar though?
I mean, you got San Antonio DeMar with less
Toronto DeMar. Antonio DeMar Toronto.
With you know, you got San Antonio DeMar with less stress on his back. We're not asking you to go out there and give us 30 a night. We asking you to give us between 12 and 15 a night alongside AD and Bron. That's all we ask. Because Kuzma clearly can't do that for us, and Pop just loves working on the future, so that's a win-win for both situations. Giannis making threes.
Now, DeMar told Pop that he wanted to go and be the team. Pop would trade him. The thing is, Pop just doesn't do deals.
But he's not trading to LA.
Yeah, he doesn't do deals with LA.
I don't know if it's LA or if it's the conference.
It's LA.
But
Pop despises the Lakers.
I mean, it's smart business wise, but I don't understand where the hatred comes from. They don't have a rivalry.
They kind of do.
They've never really met in the playoffs or even had any
they
big
met
iconic moments. In how many years?
Yeah, but
through the Kobe and Shaq era, through the straight Kobe era, to the LeBron now era, we have not seen any San Antonio LA rivalry hype ups.
It's kind of a rivalry, man. No.
I don't see it. If he pulls it, I swear. Oh, okay.
Because Kobe them used to match up with Bruce Bowen, Tim Duncan, all them. What?
I agree. Yeah. But I just never considered that to be a rivalry. And even thinking about it one day, I was like kind of shocked that we never got to see a Tim Duncan, Ginobili and Tony versus a Kobe, Powell, and Lamar. Or even a David Robinson and Tim Duncan and Kobe and Shaq, But hey, that's just me.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and people are starting to bring back up the old conversation of why we never got to see Kobe versus Bron. And to each his own. Kobe, 2 of them are Kobe's fault, 2 of them are Bron's fault. But it wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
Now we move on.
Yeah. I got a bit of interesting news I found out about today.
Okay.
So
You won the lottery.
I wish. Bernie Mac's family, you know, has been working with John Legend. John Legend has a production company on working on a biopic for Bernie Mac.
You're right.
And the daughter of Bernie Mac said she had 2 actors in mind to play Bernie biopic. One actor is very familiar. I just can't remember his name. If I can look it up real quick.
Mark.
Well, Mark is one of them.
Shout out RDC World.
Let's see. Aldous Hodge. He played MC Ren in Straight Outta Compton, and he was Jim Brown in the One Night in Miami. You guys, you know, I'll put up this picture, but if you see him, he'll look familiar. And of course, the second one was who we're talking about, Mark Phillips from RDC. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like super high praise. The daughter thinks to be playing her dad in the movie. Said that her kid watches RDC, and every time her kids watches RDC, she says that Mark reminds her of Grandpa. That's high praise.
That is a high praise.
How would you feel about that though? Cause I mean, we both Bernie Mac fans, but yeah, you're a bigger Bernie Mac fan. I am.
Yeah, I'm a Bernie Mac's my favorite comedian of all time, and you know, I've been actually waiting on a biopic. As far as the actors chosen, I wouldn't be opposed to a young. What if it was like Mark is playing a young Bernie, you know, like on Def Jam type young, cool. But if we're talking about he's getting now he's getting to that next stage in his career, he's getting older, and now he has the Bernie Mac show. He's doing King of Comedy. I just don't see the similarities, if you will, as far as looks or even, you know, just the way they act or talk. It's just I don't see the similarity. But maybe I could be missing something. But I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it too. I mean, it's up to Mark, really. It's a lot of pressure, and if he can't deliver,
that is.
You know, people gonna be at his head, and it's and wouldn't be his fault. You know, like, movie scripts got to be right.
Do you think is this his biggest thing?
Yeah, this is for sure.
Like as far as solo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been saying RDC needs to have their own show, but you know, for Mark to be in this movie, it's just too much pressure. If I was in his position, I'd turn it down. I couldn't.
No, you can't.
I'd turn it down.
There's no way. You know how many doors this will open for you?
I know, but imagine if the movie is bad. Imagine if the script is bad and the movie flops, and people walk out of the theaters like, "Hey, what the hell was that?" And then now everybody's at you on Twitter and stuff, and you ain't got nothing to do with the script, but now people are saying, "Man, now you was a horrible. You did Bernie wrong. You know this and that."
How about this? So you said it's John Legend's production company, right?
Yeah.
What does his production company's tracking record look like? What have they done that we know of?
I don't know. That's been the big question in my head as well. I didn't know John Legend had a production company.
Because if it's one of those, I'm just starting out, or we've been doing this for years, but this is our biggest thing yet, it's a little sketchy, because it's like, this your biggest thing that you know, trying to do, then if you do it and it's not good, then it makes everybody look bad. You know? So I don't know.
I'll let them.
Like I said, I'm all for it. Yeah, as he's looking that up. I'm a huge Bernie Mac fan. I as a fan, in that perspective, I am all for seeing a Bernie Mac biopic because it's long overdue in my opinion.
But they did La La Land, which won an Oscar, I believe.
La La Land.
Did like a TV movie called The Underground. La La Land. Rhythm and Flow.
La La Land, the musical romance, 2016.
Yeah.
See if your only project had won a Grammy and it was a musical, John, don't have Bernie over here doing musicals. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's now that how you just said it's a lot of pressure on John Legend and them creating this. I just thought about it's even more pressure now because now since with a biopic they cover the person's biggest achievements and biggest spots of their career. And King of Comedy, now you're going to have to try to find somebody who's similar to Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley.
That's the question. How far do you go in the biopic?
Right. And it's these usually in biopics, it usually picks up things that we never knew. See, now that I'm thinking about it, this is one of those things where I feel like BET should have took over. Like they did great with the New Edition and the Bobby Brown. That's something they should have did. Because that tracking record shows success. So I think they would have been a perfect company for a Bernie Mac biopic, but hey, like I said, I'm all for it. We'll just wait and see how it goes and see what happens.
Yeah, Mark takes it.
Mark Phillips.
Right. Well, that's about a little bit of news for y'all. Get y'all opinions. Do y'all think Mark Phillips should take that role or not? Y'all let us know in the comments down below.
Right.
And the other guy, I'll put the picture of the other guy up too. I'm pretty sure y'all remember him. Pretty known actor. And he can always take a role, but I've never seen him like act funny, so I don't know.
RDC? I mean, talk about the other guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Cause not to harp on it too long, but like how that Tupac movie was. I don't know if you like that. Did you like the Tupac movie?
No.
See, because like Tupac is one of those.
I like
people. Black people just.
I like the Biggie Smalls movie more than I like the Tupac movie.
I can see that. But it's like yeah, people didn't like the Tupac movie, and then like the one thing that pokes out big at me is the Snoop Dogg part. They didn't even have Snoop Dogg's actress speaking. They had a voiceover for that dude. So, yeah, they. I just hope it's not another thing like that. That's all. But hey, we'll see.
See no damn potatoes, right?
Mom. Potatoes. That's stupid.
It's like, what kind of person was this dude for him to have mashed potatoes under his bed?
She said, "I threw away the mashed potatoes under your bed."
she said, made it sound like it was something he did already. She was like, "I told you about leaving the food in your room." Like, okay, because Biggie Smalls was just leaving snacks all kinds of places
in the room. That's stupid. She thought that was mashed potatoes. That's funny. Okay, all right. Now it just hit my head before we go to question of the day. Well, how would you feel about an R. Kelly biopic? How would you feel about
I mean, what is it gonna be a horror movie or something?
From beginning to end,
Surviving
R.
Robert.
Kelly. Hopefully coming near you.
Let's hope we never see that day.
You know it's coming.
Brave soul who has to play Robert in a biopic. They're gonna look at him like he's the bad guy after the movie.
You know how many people gonna deny that role?
like, what do you guys want me to do? We want you to play a predator. Like little girls. Like, nah, I'm good. Fast and Furious 10 it is.
Your name is Robert. Click.
Like that alone will make me hang up the phone. What'd you say this guy's name was?
You already know they're gonna
Robert. Okay, I'm out of here. Thought you guys had a serious movie for me to play in.
Oh, the funny part is, you know they're gonna be adding extra incentives onto the contract to get them to decide. We'll give you an extra $1,000 every word you say. We just need somebody for this role.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my goodness. Boy. And then you gotta sit there, and I know for these biopics, majority of the actors that play the star character, they spend time with the person in real life to get their perspective and their mannerisms and stuff. And if that actor got to spend time with R. Kelly, oh my gosh!
Like I told him, I didn't do it. Now they making a movie about me.
The chick will be like, R. Kelly, I'm just here to play my role. I'm not here for all of this. Chick will be trying to vent. He's like, I'm not here for this. I get paid by the hour.
Robert.
Robert is not. I got 2 more hours and then they picking me up. Come on, man. How did you do it?
I don't know how to hug people.
You know he gonna answer that. So how did you hog tie her? So I can get it right for the movie. I didn't do it.
They said I hog tied her. I don't know how to hog tie people.
That's stupid. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Could you imagine getting that call? Do you want to play R. Kelly? Oh, thanks. That's stupid. Anything else before we close it out? So for this question of the day?
That's it. Not much going on in the world. We're kind of slowing down now.
That's true. All right. I'll let you choose. Do you want a simple question or complex?
Let's do a simple one.
All right. Simple
we'll
question.
Do something complex then.
All right. Simple question of the day. What is a term that is used too often or too loosely?
Term that's often or too loosely?
Yeah.
Goat. I think goat is loosely nowadays.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Goat's definitely used too loosely.
I agree. When I thought about that question, I think that's the reason I wrote it down, because gold is just used so often nowadays in all aspects of life. It's like there's no real honor, if you will, behind the word no anymore. And you may have those intellectual people who may go deep in depth with it and may say nigga is too loosely or too often. And it all depends on how people perceive words and terms and phrases. But yeah, I agree, gold is used too often.
Way too often. Like,
Way
the
too
criteria for like someone being the best is like we don't really we society has gotten so soft and so like endearing that the criteria to become a GOAT is just like,
yeah.
and they make anybody like, oh, I remember what it was now. I saw a Mount Rushmore for like the rappers of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And it had Jeezy on there, Future, Little Baby, and Rich Homie Quan.
All right, see.
I almost threw my goddamn laptop out the goddamn window because it had Rich Homie Quan on there.
I mean, that's stupid.
And I was like, if we just talking about rappers of Atlanta,
that's difficult though.
It's hard.
It's like if so, because who you miss Young Thug, Migos,
gotta be on
Gucci Man.
Gucci's got, like, Gucci should have been. I don't know. It's tough. T.I. would there even be rappers of Atlanta without T.I.?
Yeah.
Like,
is Ludacris from Atlanta?
yeah, Ludacris is
Ludacris.
well now.
Andre 3000.
Outkast in itself, like, you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know who made that, but it came from like a music source though. It came from like something mixtapes.com.
That's stupid.
And I damn near I choked on whatever I was drinking. I got super mad and angry. And, I like Rich Homie, but come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm trying to see. So it was. They had a Future, Rich Homie, Lil Baby, and who was the other one? Oh, Jeezy.
Yeah, Jeezy.
Like, it's tough when you can't even put Future on there. Because
you really can't put Future on there either.
Yeah, but who the heck put Rich Homie on there?
I don't know. I need to find this son of a gun.
Lil Baby shouldn't be up there either. If anything, he's in front of Rich Homie, but he's behind Future.
Lil Baby just hasn't proven himself yet. He's good. He just hasn't proven himself yet.
Yeah, I don't get how you cannot put a T.I. and a Gucci Man
They
up
not put
there.
Thug up there. How you don't put Thug up there? How is Thug
Yeah,
not even?
Thug. How you not put Thug not up there? Yeah. If how many? It's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
So I think do we have the same? Do we have the same 4? Jeezy, T.I., Gucci, and Thug.
Yeah, that's
So we leaving Ludacris and Outkast off.
Outkast only because they're a group.
So that nullifies Migos also.
Yeah. And Ludacris I just wasn't a big Ludacris fan growing up, but I know how good Ludacris is. I respect Ludacris. Wasn't a big fan of Ludacris. You won't find Ludacris songs in my playlist. So T.I. just barely edges out Ludacris for me. But I was like, man.
I'm just looking up some rappers from Atlanta. They have T.I., Gucci Man, Big Boy, Ludacris, 3 Stacks, Jeezy, Killer Mike, 21, Waka Flocka, Young Jock, Jermaine Dupri, Lil Baby, CeeLo, Soulja Boy, Mike Will, Yachty, Trinidad James, Metro Boomin, yeah, that's about it. Lil Jon, K Camp. Yeah, that's about it.
And then we're strictly talking about rappers. We're talking about like as a whole. That list will be way different.
Yeah, but yeah, we strictly talk about rappers. So yes, yeah.
But for us, like you said, Jeezy, Gucci, T.I., Doug, and it can't refute that.
This article just popped up at the top 10 rappers of Atlanta all time. You won't believe this. They have Waka at this is top 10 to 1.
Waka at 10. I thought you were about to say Waka at 1. I was about to cut off everything.
No, Waka's at 10. They got Waka at 10, Quavo. Then they got Thug at 8. Future's at 7. Gucci at 6. 2 Chainz at 5. Luda at 4. Jeezy at 3. T.I. at 2, and they got Outkast at 1.
Yeah, if you're gonna add groups in there, that's possible.
So you agree with the 2 Chainz?
What did
over Thug? They got 2 Chainz at 5 over Thug, Future, and Gucci.
You could.
I love 2 Chainz, but he ain't. If we talking about strictly Atlanta, you can't put him over Gucci, Thug, and Future.
No, you couldn't.
Like yeah. You.
I would say Outkast, T.I., Gucci, Jeezy, Thug.
That's 4. Oh, okay, Thug. That's 5. Okay.
And then I would put Chainz.
Okay. So we got Migos like 6, 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got Waka in there. Would you have Waka?
Oh, Waka's at 10.
Would you have Waka over Shawty Lo?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Shawty Lo, man.
Stop it.
That's Atlanta's very own,
You could have asked a better question of a Waka or 21 Savage. I still would have. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. 21 or Waka. All because 21 is British, we gonna say Waka. Because that nigga's British, we gonna say Waka's number 10.
Run it thy pockets.
Thought you was gonna steal my
Silly scoundrel.
Run into thy pocket.
This is a knife.
Oh God. Let's duel.
Like what? I thought you said this is.
Thought you was gangster. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know who made that, but going back to the question, GOAT is just thrown around so loosely, bro. People are ready to crown people so early.
Yeah.
Give them time in their careers, man.
Yeah.
The OGs who were here before, they had to put time in, bro. People like Jay-Z and all them guys, they had to put albums in before they can even mention at the top. We quick to give these young guys like all the praise.
You know that would have been a good segment. Speaking on the top, the Mount Rushmores of every notable city, as far as rap.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that next week.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Like that, actually.
Because apparently some of these, we be letting these freaking 12-year-olds make these freaking Mount Rushmores and put Rich Homie Quan, who ain't had a hit since 2014, on the Mount Rushmore. It is getting ridiculous. So yeah, we'll come up with the cities, we'll create our Mount Rushmores, and we'll tell y'all our Mount Rushmores. The next podcast.
Yeah. Well, that looks like that's gonna do it for us. You got anything you want to tell the people before we head out?
Follow the Twitch channels, our gaming channels. Follow the YouTube channels. He's been doing his YouTube thing with Resident Evil. Yet again, I'm working on mine. It'll come up soon, but yeah, just follow us.
I'll be sure to get more content up on the YouTube channel. I've just been trying to figure out this whole thing with work and get my sleep schedule right at the same time. And all over the place.
Work with us, guys.
And then last week, sorry about last week, but the editing program was having issues with like putting our gameplay on a video. Thinking about moving to different editing software. Though.
You just put me on to that software.
We'll see.
So how you gonna move on and you just put me on?
It's just not been working for me. Not doing what I needed to do.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you need a new one, or maybe you just need a new one. We'll see. Y'all stick with us, we'll stick with y'all. Even if y'all don't stick with us, we'll still stick with y'all. So, with that being said, this has been another installment of the LeJit Podcast.
Yep. And remember, it ain't us, it ain't legit.
Yeah, legit. And keep your stick on the ice.
Okay. Out. We're out.